Hello there, and welcome. I want to talk to my Black sisters today, and I want to talk about toxic relationships, and are you in one? Toxic relationships can be draining. They can deplete you of all your energy, and in more ways than one. They can deplete you emotionally, psychologically, even physically. And so, are you in a toxic relationship? Are you stressed out? Are you depressed? Are you mad at the world? My name is Rosalind, and welcome to my channel. This channel is about me. I'm in the process of moving to Jamaica, and I want to share with you the process step by step as I go and prepare to move to Jamaica. Now, I'm at the beginning stages of my move. So from here on out, I've already decluttered my house and gotten rid of some things. But from here on out, you'll know when you hit that subscribe button and that post notification. It'll notify you when I post a video of my next step that I'm taking to move to Jamaica. But I want to talk today about toxic relationships. And Stephanie Perry, she did an interview about 3 months ago with Dani Ellison. She's a trauma coach, and her live stream was called What to Leave Behind in Your New Life Abroad. And it struck me, it rang true for me because I could relate to this story. Dani Ellison, she was abused as a child by her mother. She had a narcissistic mother. And and she didn't realize that she had been abused until she was an adult. So it rang true for me because this is my story. I was abused as a child by my mother, and I could never understand why. I had problems in relationships as far as friends. I could become your friend, and then somewhere down the line, the friendship just faded away, or I just couldn't keep friendships. And also relationships with men. Oh boy, I can tell you some of the toxic relationships I've had with men. And I'm an empath too. So these toxic relationships with men, they went on and on and on. And I kept trying to figure out what it was I was doing wrong in this relationship. Because I am an empath, I was trying to save the relationship by all means necessary. I was trying to save this relationship. And even when it came to jobs, I would job hop. When in my younger days, I could keep a job until they pissed me off, and then I jumped to the next job. I was always considered, I don't know if people considered me, but I felt as though I could be triggered and become pissed off, in my workplace. Because if someone asks of something of me, and they ask me of something in a certain way, You know what I mean, sisters? Then you cop an attitude, and that wasn't for me. I just like, no, this job is not for me. So I moved to the next job, and so I can relate to Dani's story when it came to her mother, because what happened is that she went no contact with her mother because her mother was so toxic that it interfered with her and her ability to be successful and peaceful and joyful and happy with herself, if that makes sense. Because her mother was around and could always put her down, and then that would drive her into this spiral, this cycle, which I can relate because that's my story. It's my story. And so now I didn't go no contact with my mother but I did for the longest time. And this could be my way of going no contact. I went for the longest time not calling her, not checking up on her, not, because she was in her older age. I was adopted, so she was on up there. But I just dipped out of her life, and I guess you could say I went no contact because I went no contact for years. I didn't call her only on Mother's Day or when I felt like, you know, I could have called her and said something, I don't know, just something nice to her, knowing that I wouldn't get that back. So, and I think that just, so anyway, but she's passed. She's gone on up to the Lord. But anyway, so yeah, so if you sisters are in a relationship with whether it's your parents and it's toxic, or if you're in a relationship with a man or your spouse and it's toxic, or even if you're in a toxic relationship with your job, we all had managers back in the day, and all it took was that one manager or that one supervisor to make you think that, hey, this may not be the job for me, because I have to deal with this person, so and even with your country, I live in the U.S. and I'm retired now, and I don't know if I could have done this years ago, when I was in the working force, because I didn't have the resources like YouTube has provided me with. I didn't realize that I could live in another country cheaper than my own country. I didn't realize that, until I started researching. And so Jamaica was my choice. And because I had visited it 28, 30 years ago, and I felt at home, and yes, there's poverty here, there's poverty everywhere. Jamaica is a third world country, but, they're coming up, and they've got all of the things that the U.S. have, and they have internet, they have all of the amenities that the United States has, so, and plus their people are friendly, they're friendly, they're wonderful and warm, they reach out to you to help you in any kind of way that they can. And so that's why I chose Jamaica. But that's going to be for another video. But I just want to say that if you are in a toxic relationship, whether it's your parents, your spouse, your friends, your job, this country, give it a break. Drop it. You know, let it go. No contact. Go no contact. You know, because who says that this country is the only place you can live and be happy and successful? You know, there's a big wide world out there. And, you know, you don't have to settle for this American dream. You know, you don't have to have the pressures put on you to be successful and have all this money and save and work and, you know, because the slightest thing can deplete that. You know, the smallest trauma or the smallest problem can rob you of your house, your money, your cars, you know, and just think you've worked all your life for that, you know. So live freely, dismantle your life just a little bit by bit, you know, and reevaluate yourself. Step back, reevaluate your life and think, man, is this worth it? You know, why am I going through all of this? Why am I putting the pressure on myself? Because America's standards and social standards says that this has to be before I could be successful or relevant, you know? So just step back and, you know, don't suffer in silence. You know, don't do it. So if you can relate to what I'm saying, go no contact. Leave a comment if you think that you may be in a toxic relationship and what you're doing to get out of it. You know, so if anything is resonating with you that I'm saying, please hit like, subscribe, share this video, and if you want to watch the video that Stephanie Perry's did for Dani, and shout out to Stephanie because she doesn't usually, you know, have heavy topics like this. And so I applaud her for her bravery because I know her relationship with her mother is close and her mother's on her videos a lot. And I know they have a different dynamic. So I know that it may have been a little challenging for Stephanie to relate to Dani because she expressed, you know, in the video, well, what if she, you know, so she was trying to leave the door open for Dani to say, yeah, she misses her mom and yes, she wants to make amends, but she also understood that, you know, her journey, what she had went through, and that it was her journey, and that her her energy, her survival, her success, her peace of mind came from the no contact with her mom. So Stephanie realized that. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to her for even doing this type of video. And yeah, and I'll leave her video in the description below. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope what I said was not too long and rambly and whatever, you know. So, but anyway, until next time, until my next video, please hit that post notification bell so you can be reminded when I have another post coming out pertaining to my move to Jamaica, because you're not gonna want to miss it. It's gonna be really important. The next video, I want it to be about applying for a side hustle when I do get to Jamaica. So my TEFL certificate for teaching English as a second language or a foreign language, that may be the next video that I do, because I'm about ready to sign up for the classes on that. So, but anyway, that's another video as well. So thank you, and peace out.